This camera, it's fucky. Let me see. So you have to go in with it. It has a real far drawback. This other cell phone here, the camera. I didn't realize how drastic it is. I have to be at half of what this other camera sitting right next to it has to be at. Half the zoom. Huh. That's something. All right. So I'll say to both of these cameras at the same time, if this other one's still going. 13 minutes. 3 minutes and 15 minutes. Unbelievable. So no one will look. No one will look. It's still the same old story. I mean, I was showing people the mineral streets many years ago. It's already been 15 years or more on that. And no one's ever looked. And then today, that discussion I had with the kid in the laundromat. Say kid, he's probably in his late 20s or something, early 30s, but he's Mr. fucking know it all. And I'm trying to help him out. I was explaining to him a little bit about the Metellus. He did not want to hear it. He knows more about it than anybody, of course, because he's medical industry, brainwashed, fucking zombie slave. So I told him we could go put it under the microscope. I'll collect them from his drains, his dryers, his clothing, the Metellus. From his bedding, his carpets in his house. I could collect them from around the house and then show them to him. I was explaining to him the nanoless Metellus and the nanometellus. They don't have heads. They don't have mouths. They don't have stomachs. They're a carbon. They're a carbon species. The same way I'm showing you that the rocks, when I'm showing you and digitally collecting the EMNC, the True Creators imagery from the rocks, the stones, it's the same thing. It's the same shit. It's a carbon creature. So it's not a biospecies. So yet, therefore, we don't want to admit that it's real, that it's a life form, right? Because it's a carbon life form. Its energy does not matter to us. Only the biospecies matter in our twisted world that we live in. So talking to anybody about these things, it's not like that anyone's gonna wake up, you know. So I'm just gonna aggravate myself, and I get pissed off because he won't listen. The dude shut me down like 2 or 3 times. He puts his hand up. He's like, "Oh, no, 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 no," and I'm like, because he was trying to accuse me of you can believe in, that's was his big mistake. He said you can believe in whatever you want, but I can tell you that this is the way it is. And he proceeded to tell me things that I already know, that the medical industry claims these things, but I can prove that's not a belief. We can go look together, and I will prove to you that those are all lies, that all those things were lies, and I can show you what the real deal is. You can see it for yourself. That's evidence, man. That's evidence and proof that you're now denying. So you don't want to go see it. You don't want to look. You don't want to know the truth. And you're accusing me of having a belief system? No, it's the other way around. And the arrogance, oh, the fucking arrogance is unbelievable. He's a typical Karen that wanted to, you know, everybody else that was in there was going to side with him because it's everything that they've ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed. I, on the other hand, am opposite of that. I say, forget everything that you've ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed, and go see things for yourselves. Then it's no longer a belief system. You're not believing things that you cannot see for yourself if you go look for yourselves. But if you're going to refuse to look and then act like I'm the fucking idiot, that's right. I mean, that's what they do. Everybody does it that way. They'll um they'll bring up all kinds of shit. They'll bring up lack of education. Lack of education. Oh my God, that's the best thing that you could hope for, is that somebody has lack of education, because it's easier to go and see and believe what you see if you don't have all of them false memories. And that's what they are. They're all false memories because they're untrue statements that we take to heart and say that, okay, now we believe in it, right? So no matter what I would have talked to this dude about, you can tell, we're gonna go back and forth about no matter what it was. But the mineral streets was one of them that I brought up, and I'm like, because this was happening today, what we're seeing now in the skies, fucking, you can't miss it, you know. It's one of those days where you say, how the fuck am I surrounded by 7.8 billion zombie slaves, 10,000 in my direct vicinity, and yet none of them are going to go look. And they're going to bitch at me um, about looking and say that I'm the one that believes in these things. No, I don't fucking believe in nothing, man. I'm showing it to you. You're just refusing to look. It's the way it always goes. I mean, they're all over the fucking place. Look at them. They're everywhere. I'm trying to zoom in on that one there. So there's tens of thousands of these trails being dumped all over. You can look around the sky, you look around and you see them all over the fucking place. They're by the fucking thousands. I turn the cameras around this way. Um, and that's besides the point. I didn't even get to talk to this dude about the true creator's work and seeing the true creator and all. I couldn't get into that with him. He's too far fucking gone. He's shutting me down just on talking about the Metellus. He was already shutting me down for no reason, for no fucking reason, just because he didn't want to hear the truth. Oh, that's you can believe what you want, buddy. No, I'm not believing in shit. I'm telling you, I have a microscope, you dumbass. I can fucking take you to my house. We can get the microscope. I can bring you around. It'll take us a few hours, and then it'll start sinking in. I can collect the biometallus from any species you want. Humans, your cat, your dog, your chickens, your rabbits. I know, I've done it all already. I already know. I know I can go strip your dryer and find a nanolith metellus in the dryer particles. We can talk about what you call death. Well, carbon species they don't have a bio death. They don't have, that's not what happens. Their carbons break down and their carbons will reabsorb and resecrete, and they'll go on with life. But it's not a bio life. They are a carbon species, just like that fucking rock right next to the phone. um I'm moving both cameras around while I'm talking. So Anyways, let's go there for a few minutes. Yeah, I go right there for a couple minutes. So anyway, as I'm talking to the dude, we just kept going back and forth on everything. He didn't want to admit that the mineral streets even existed, even though they were right above our heads. So when I'm talking to him about why do we pay all this money for catalytic converters on cars, again, I know in the back of my mind I'm thinking I cannot even talk about the true creator's work, because if those words come out of my mouth, this conversation, he's going to shut that one down as well. So I knew not to even bother telling him, hey, dude, you know what? Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, and the clouds, the moon, the rocks, the human skin, blah, blah, blah. There's no sense in going that far with any of these people, because if they can't even look and see what's right in front of their fucking face, what I'm showing you right now in the camera, I mean, there's trail. You can hear the jets everywhere. You can see the trails everywhere. What, condensation trails? Are you fucking serious? You people still want to do that game? I mean, come on, man. It's been 30 fucking years they've been doing it this way. And then you give them the psyop terminology in this case here, right? Because I knew the dude would be familiar with the psyop terminology. So I said, you know what I'm talking about, right, man? The United Nations calls it geoengineering. The Freemasons call it chemtrails. Uh, Encyclopedia Britannica wants to call it condensation. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Indians used to give us the ingredients and do rain dances, weather modification. So he's rolling his eyes the whole time I'm saying this part, right? So he has nothing after I say all that. He's just looking at me. So I knew he wasn't going to be able to handle that conversation. Then we moved on to he worked in a recycling plant, so we were kind of bouncing around with other people that were in there in the store, and talking about these different things that the tyrannic system of taking away our right to raise chickens. Um, you can have chickens, but you're not going to be able to raise them because roosters are outlawed, and talking about kind of stuff like that. And it was just a funny situation to me, to have this conversation with this dude. And there's another trail right there too. I'll try to get in on it. Let's see. I'll have to zoom in on it. He's right there. There you go. See the trails? They're all over the fucking sky, everywhere. There's another one right there. Right there, and another one right there. They're all over the fucking place. And these big areas, these all just opened up because we got a big storm coming in the next couple days. So therefore, they've already been trailing all week, but today's going to be a heavier day than usual because they need to dump the heavy metals and minerals into the atmosphere to get the result that they want. It's unbelievable. It's fucking banging. Banging. What am I at? 14 minutes on this one. This one's at 26 minutes, at 30 minutes, 26 minutes. It's just a couple minutes left on this camera. I'm just going to do a couple more on this one. I think I'm only going to use this camera for indoor stuff from now on. Anyways, I was just fucking aggravated this morning anytime I talk to anybody from the public, anybody outside, doesn't matter who it is. Just like I'm going to be going through with the auditors, because I'm calling the auditors out. So when they tell me, oh, yeah, it's important that we do these things. And I'm going to say, no, man. No, you're still missing it all. Are you missing it all on purpose? Is it purposeful that everybody's playing this fucking game? That they can't see what it is I'm showing them that they can see? I'm not showing it to them. I'm not showing it to any of you for any other reason than you being able to see it for yourselves. I'm not showing it to you so that I can show it to you. I'm showing it to you so that you understand that we always could see it for ourselves. We are the ones that denied it. We are the ones that remain denying it. And that's how easy it is to prove what I'm saying right now is the mineral streets are the evidence of that. Because if you see this shit being spewed on your head every fucking day, but yet you're going to pretend that it's not happening, Well, then don't you think that maybe you should look into what it is I'm fucking showing you all? Because then that'll be, good evidence that, oh yeah, I see what he's saying. So 7.8 billion zombie slaves can all believe lies and live life by the lies. It's not any one country, it ain't any one color, it ain't any one sex, it's all of us. It's all of us. We have been so fucking dumbed down. We've been dumbed down by what we call intelligence. That's been the biggest dumber downer, is what we call intelligence. We just love to be intelligent. It's fucking crazy, man. Because that's what that dude I was talking to that got me aggravated, that was him. That was his story. He was an intelligent person. That's what they fucking think. And then they walk away and they're going to tell a totally different story. This fucking dude, he thinks that the jets are fucking spewing out shit all over the sky. I know. I know. It sounds crazy. But you know what? You can see it. You can see it with your own fucking eyes. So why is it so crazy if you can see it? I think what's more crazy is going out and seeing it and then denying that you see it because you want to argue what the rest of the zombie slaves all say. The rest of the zombie slaves all say that this is normal, that this is okay, that this is acceptable, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a couple of airplanes, they tell you, right? So you go along with that. No, that is the insanity. Not believing something that you can't prove. That would be okay, right? So, in other words, any of your religions, all the outer space nonsense, you cannot prove it because it's on a television screen. You've been lied to. You've been easily fooled, easily, willingly fooled because you want to believe in all this shit. But yet, when the evidence is all around you, and my head's spinning right now because I'm looking all over the skies, there are fucking trails every fucking where. They're all over the fucking place, man. Every which way. Look at them all. Look at them all. They're everywhere. All over the place. Look at them all. Now, I'm showing you guys the true creator. I'm trying to do something way beyond any of this bullshit, you know? But yet, I still gotta fucking argue about it because when I talk about even that, so if people are not going to get the mineral streets, which they can see with their own eyes, then how am I supposed to have any confidence that anyone's going to see the true creator's work that they can see with their own eyes, right? No, they don't. They still deny it. But at least I can let myself off the hook a little bit and say, well, what else would I expect, right? I mean, I could only expect it to go this way. Because after all, if they don't even see the mineral streaks, which are even easier to acknowledge because it's just a bunch of streaks all over the fucking sky, you know? So to acknowledge that, I don't know, man. I'm going to go work on this other mount. I'm going to leave the red filter out here. I'll leave this camera going. I'm worried about the camera falling off the fucking thing here, though. Let's go over here a little bit. Yeah, I'll go right there. So, 2 and this one. Come back out to a 1. Yeah, let's do that. Wow. Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. Beauteous. Let's go here. Oh my god. I need some new equipment. onto this mount. It's good. Look at all the fucking trails. Unbelievable. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Faces only.